For nearly 2 centuries, humanity had a reputation. They were traders, builders, diplomats. When disputes erupted between star nations, human mediators arrived carrying agreements rather than weapons. When colonies suffered disasters, human relief fleets appeared before military forces. When frontier systems needed infrastructure, human engineers built it. Across the galaxy, Earth was respected, but not feared. Many civilizations considered that a mistake. They assumed humanity's preference for peace reflected weakness. They saw kindness and mistook it for vulnerability. They saw restraint and mistook it for inability. For generations, humans ignored the misunderstanding. Then the galaxy crossed a line. It began on the colony world of Arcadia, a peaceful agricultural planet near the edge of human space. Its people had no military significance, no strategic resources, no shipyards, no defenses worth mentioning. When the Dravic Imperium claimed the system, Earth immediately challenged the action through diplomatic channels. The response was simple. The Imperium ignored them. Human protests became sanctions. Sanctions became negotiations. Negotiations became months of delays. Meanwhile, Dravic forces occupied Arcadia. Then came the incident. A local protest turned violent. Imperial troops opened fire. Thousands died. The footage spread across the stars. Families running through smoke-filled streets. Emergency workers carrying children from collapsed buildings. Civilian shelters reduced to rubble. The galaxy reacted with outrage. Statements were issued. Investigations were announced. Committees were formed. The usual process. Earth remained silent. That silence lasted exactly 7 days. On the 8th day, every government in known space received a transmission from Earth. The speaker was Secretary General Amelia Ross. Behind her stood no politicians, no diplomats, only military officers. That alone made people nervous. Ross spoke calmly. For 200 years, humanity has pursued peace. Images appeared behind her. Human aid missions, diplomatic summits, relief operations, trade agreements. We believe cooperation was a path to prosperity. The images changed. Now they showed Arcadia, the dead, the destruction, the grieving. A cold silence filled every room watching the broadcast. Ross continued, "The galaxy has mistaken our restraint for dependence." Her expression never changed. That misunderstanding ends today. The transmission ended. No threats, no demands, no ultimatums, just those words. Across the galaxy, military analysts began issuing warnings. Most governments ignored them. The Dravic Imperium ignored them completely. Their emperor even mocked the speech publicly. Earth finally wishes to act tough. The statement received widespread laughter. The laughter lasted 4 days. On the 5th day, the Imperial Third Fleet disappeared. It had been patrolling near occupied Arcadia. 200 warships. Gone. No distress signals. No survivors. No explanation. At first, the Imperium claimed a communications failure. Then orbital surveillance from neighboring systems confirmed the truth. The fleet had been destroyed. Completely. Military observers were stunned. No known force should have been capable of eliminating such a fleet without a prolonged engagement. The shock deepened when the 7th Fleet vanished 2 days later. Then the 9th. Then the 12th. Each destruction was swift, precise, overwhelming. Panic spread through the Imperium. Emergency mobilizations followed. Planetary defenses activated. Reserve fleets assembled. None of it mattered. Human forces seemed to appear everywhere. And nowhere, for decades, humanity had hidden the true scale of its military. Not because it was weak, because it saw no reason to advertise strength. Now the galaxy was discovering what had remained concealed. Entire shipyards emerged from deep space. Massive fleets exited previously unknown bases. Advanced weapons entered combat for the first time. Every engagement ended the same way. Human victory. Imperial defeat. Within weeks, the balance of power shifted dramatically. Governments that once dismissed Earth suddenly reconsidered everything they thought they knew. The Galactic Council called an emergency session. Representatives filled the chamber. Fear was visible everywhere. The reports arriving from the front grew worse by the hour. Finally, a veteran counselor stood. His species had witnessed thousands of years of galactic history. His voice trembled. We spent centuries asking how humanity remained peaceful. The room fell silent. He looked around the chamber. We never asked a more important question. Nobody spoke. The counselor swallowed. Why did a civilization this powerful choose peace in the first place? The silence that followed felt endless, because everyone understood the implication. Peace had never been humanity's only option. It had been a choice. The realization terrified them. Meanwhile, the war ended as suddenly as it had begun. Human forces liberated Arcadia, destroyed the remaining Imperial military infrastructure, then stopped. They did not invade Imperial core worlds. They did not seek conquest. They simply ended the threat. A final transmission was sent to every government. Secretary General Ross appeared once more. The operation is complete. Her voice remained calm. Humanity has no interest in empire. Across the galaxy, billions listened carefully. We seek peace. She paused, but peace requires limits. Images of Arcadia appeared behind her. The day those limits were violated, humanity responded. The message ended. No celebration followed. No victory parades. No declarations of supremacy. Just silence. Years later, historians would describe the conflict as a moment the galaxy fundamentally changed. Not because a great empire fell. Empires had fallen before. Not because humanity won. Wars had winners all the time. It mattered because the galaxy learned a truth it had ignored for centuries. Earth's strength had never been hidden. It had simply never been necessary to reveal it, until someone crossed a line. And when that happened, the stars discovered exactly why humanity had always preferred peace.